Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with the summer transfer move to Arsenal. 1 day to go until Arsenal take on Fulham at the Emirates Stadium. Chance to continue that winning run. And it was great to see yesterday in training, Gabriel Jesus back in full training. Really took everybody by surprise because the talk was that he was going to be out until at least after the international break. So to see him back in full training with a team, that was a really, really big boost for Arsenal. We don't know what sort of part he'll play, if any, in the game on Saturday, but he is back, and that's great to see him back in action and a big boost to Arsenal. What you did also notice by looking at those pictures was that there were certain players that were training on their own. Always a signal that they're on their way out. Amongst that group training on their own was Kieran Tierney. And then we started to get the news filtering through last night that a deal had been done with Real Sociedad, and confirmed today that he is leaving Arsenal to join Real Sociedad on a season-long loan. There is no obligation for Real Sociedad to buy him at the end of the deal. It's just a season-long loan, so he'd return to Arsenal after that if Sociedad don't want to buy him. But he is definitely going out on a season-long loan. Now, they're going to pay a loan fee, so that's good. They'll be getting a fee in. I'm not sure at this stage what that loan fee will be and what amount that will be, but Arsenal will receive a loan fee for Kieran Tierney, and also all of his wages will be paid as well. So Arsenal will get him off of the wage bill. So Kieran Tierney leaving Arsenal. He's having his medical today at Real Sociedad. What he said is basically, or these are what the rumors are saying, is that he said he wants to play football week in, week out. There's Euros coming up from Scotland. There's, listen, he's a guy in his prime. He wants to play football every week. At the moment at Arsenal, he's not playing football. He's not even second choice left back at the moment. He's third and fourth choice at times. And the writing's been on the wall for Kieran Tierney for a very long time that Mikel Arteta doesn't really fancy him in that left back position, where he wants his left backs to invert. He wants his left backs to get involved with midfield as well. Whereas Kieran Tierney is more of your traditional left back, up and down the flanks, gets crosses in. That is not really what Mikel Arteta is looking for anymore. And I'm feeling really sad that he's going. He's always been a crowd favourite at Arsenal. He's a guy that's suffered. I mean, we've never really seen the best out of him because he just suffered so many injuries at Arsenal. And now that he is injury-free, he's out of the team. A guy that, a couple of seasons ago, a lot of Arsenal fans were saying we should make him the captain. Now surplus to requirements and leaving on loan. So Arsenal had hoped to get a loan, had hoped to get a full fee for him for around about £30 million. That's not going to happen, but at least they get the loan fee for him. He comes back at the end of the season. If he's had a good season, his value would have gone up, and then Arsenal can move him on then. I think that's the thinking behind it. And for him, he gets to play. And you know what? Playing over in Spain is not a bad place to play football, is it? So bit of sunshine for Kieran Tierney. So good luck to Kieran Tierney on his loan move. I'm still thinking of Arsenal left themselves a little bit short here in that position, but only time will tell. Another player that is leaving Arsenal is following Balogun. This saga has been going on all summer. It is coming to a conclusion now. He is leaving to join Monaco for a fee of around about 45 million euros plus some add-ons. That equates to around about 40 million pounds for Arsenal. We did know that Arsenal were looking for around about 45 to 50 million pounds for him, but 40 million pounds still represents a very, very good sale for Arsenal, for Balogun. Remember, Balogun wasn't even in our team last year, hasn't been a regular start. I think he's only started 2 games for Arsenal in his career. Sent out on loan last year, absolutely smashed it over there in France at Rams. Obviously, Monaco have seen that, and they're like, listen, we got to get this guy in. Monaco, of course, in the Champions League as well. So good move for Balogun. There were so many clubs chasing him. Inter Milan were hot for him. There were West Ham were looking at him, Fulham, Chelsea, Tottenham. but he's going to Monaco. Personal terms agreed, fee agreed, and he will become Arsenal's record signing. Sorry, correction, record sale. Record ever sale. It's fascinating, this one, because we just paid 105 million pounds for Declan Rice, and that's our record ever signing. But sales, we haven't sold players for big amounts, especially over the last, say, 10, 15 years, because we've had so many players that when they have moved on, it's been like deadwood, or they've run out their contracts or stuff like that when they've been top players. But Balogun, 40 million pounds, our most expensive sale. I bet you, can you tell me what the other two are? The other two that are under that. Do you want me to give it to you? Third place, well, joint third place and second and third place, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, he went for 35 million to Liverpool, and Alex Iwobi, he went for 35 million as well. And what a sale like Balogun does is represent, I mean, if you put aside the fact that we would have loved to have seen him in an Arsenal shirt, see what he could do, etc. But we have got players, many players who can play in that position. And what it does, it represents a great bit of business for Arsenal when you think about it. A player that nearly left Arsenal for free. Remember, the season before last, his contract was right at the end. Arsenal persuaded him to sign a new long-term contract, then sent him out on loan to Rams. He had that great season. Now Arsenal been able to sell him for 40 million, a guy that was on the verge of leaving for nothing. Great bit of business for Arsenal and Arsenal's record sale. And it represents 100% profit because he's a player that has come through the ranks at Arsenal. So a very, very good bit of business for Arsenal. And you can see why they wanted to move Balogun on. And with Balogun leaving, that means that Arsenal's outgoings this season, approximately around the 82 million pound mark. I mean, Balogun's gone. We sold Xhaka. We sold Matt Turner to Forest. Pablo Mari, right at the start of the window, he went. Austin Trusty as well. Round about 82 million. Not sure what the fee is we're going to get for Kieran Tierney, that loan fee. You can put that into it as well, which means the net spend for Arsenal this summer is going to be round about the 126 million pounds mark. So that reduces down a lot the outlay and enables Arsenal to possibly go in and make a couple of more signings before the end of the transfer window. Now, one of those signings could be Per Schurz, still being linked heavily with a move to Arsenal today. According to the Italian publication La Stampa, they're saying that Arsenal's still very interested in him as a replacement for Kieran Tierney. He's a right-footed centre-back. We know that Rob Holding is going to be moving on, so they could be looking for cover in that area. The only thing I would say is that when they're saying cover for Timber, he's not a versatile player like Kieran Tierney, Per Schurz. He's a straight up centre back, right-sided centre back. That's what he does, and that's it. He's not been known to play as right back. He's not been known to drop in midfield. And again, we know that Mikel Arteta likes these very versatile players. And if he was to be a Timber replacement, surely they'd be looking for that type of guy. But still being heavily linked with a move to Arsenal today. Another player that's been heavily linked is Ivan Toney. He's said to have changed his agent. And the Times are reporting today that that Arsenal are interested in signing him once he completes his 8-month ban for the gambling offences that he committed. That's going to be finishing in around about January, and Arsenal are going to take a look at the possibility of signing him. We saw that interview that he did the other day with Diary of a CEO, where he spoke about his love of how Arsenal plays, which I was talking to James about it last night on the breaking news show about Balogun and Tierney. And we mentioned Ivan Toney as well, where I'm saying he didn't need to mention that. You know what I mean? Your boyhood's favourite club growing up was Liverpool. You just needed to mention that. Why mention Arsenal if there isn't maybe a few conversations that have happened between Ivan Toney's representatives and Arsenal already? So I wouldn't discount this one. Brentford want about £80 million. That's the price tag that they've put on Ivan Toney. He still has a way to go in his contract. His contract expires in 2025. So will Arsenal make a move for him in January? Will they maybe, for instance, not go overboard with any more spending for the rest of this transfer window and hold back something for January to try and move for Ivan Toney? We know Tottenham interested as well. They've got the money that they got from Harry Kane. It's going to be interesting. There's not many top quality strikers around at the moment, and he definitely is one of those when it comes to the Premier League. So interesting to see what happens with Ivan Toney. But we have to wait for January to find out on that one. And finally, Norton-Cuffy, the 19-year-old right back at Arsenal. He went on loan last year to Coventry, did really, really well. They made it all the way to the playoffs, nearly got promoted. He played a big part in that. He's got out on another loan yesterday, really, to another championship club. He's joined Millwall on a season-long loan. So good luck to him. He's definitely an emerging talent. And you never know, could see him in the first team one day. But another loan move for him, this time moving to Millwall. That's Norton-Cuffy. So those are the rumours for today. Sad news about Kieran Tierney and Balogun in a way that we didn't really get to see enough of those two players, but they're moving on to pastures new. But who else is going to be coming in and who else is going to be leaving? We'll keep you up to date with all of that. Transfer window closing next week, Friday, the 1st of September at 11 p.m. at night. We're all over it here on AFTV. Any bit of breaking news, anything happening in the transfer window regarding Arsenal, we will keep you informed. So don't forget to subscribe here to AFTV. Thanks for watching the show and see you tomorrow.